Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Tokwe Mark Odige, and with me, as usual, are my co-host Akashat Nimazibiri. Today, I love the vibe you are giving. You are giving Friday on your Momo kind of vibe.
Yeah, always. My Friday is always on point. All those bottom box. Yeah, one way and come on Fridays. Today would have been my father's birthday. Oh. When he was alive, I never shouted out on his birthdays because he didn't do birthdays when he was alive. But you know all these devices, they will remind you.
No, because he will not beat you.
He's not, but it's not a big deal. Today is Mariam's uncle, Mr. Nanjo Temlong, and she says that I should please do a shout out to you. I hope you're watching. Happy birthday, sir, and many more healthy years alive.
Yes. So
I know Nima was gentle. Nima was gentle because Nima is very close to her dad. So whenever anything that has to do with her dad comes out, it's like a calmness.
Yes, the calmness is there. I can
very humble.
Yes, very humble. Yes. I'm good. Been away for work, and then I fell ill, like with a cold, bad cold. Yes. And so my friend, she opened a new branch of her spa in Abuja, and with the cold, they just pampered me, so I did all the services. You don't
look like someone that felt ill.
I was ill but pampered. Okay. So from the facials to the but everything. But then I now they recommended a service for me that I did. I've never done that before, where it's not just the facials on your face, but the facials in your special area. They do it for both men and women. I've never done it before, and I would now always do it going forward, and I recommend it. It was amazing.
Again,
yes, I think you should try it.
Yes,
the spice in Abuja. It's
what's that our
Abuja.
Place? What's our place that we do? No. There's this can they call it Muslima?
Oh, the Muslima spa.
There's a
new one in Lekki.
that they do all of those things.
This is really nice.
Your Lali is speaking different language.
It's the mood. It's the mood. I'm grateful to God. Life has been beautiful. Lessons are being learned on a day.
Yes.
Actually, I just recovered.
Yes, I also remember. We're starting sales very soon. Valentine's sales from the 10th to the 18th. So stay tuned. Everything is going 50%.
Again, before my mom will not send me bill. My mom will go to the page and start looking for what she wants to buy.
I forgot to do a shout out to my friend that his birthday was yesterday, 50th birthday, Abdul Hakim Bello. Happy 50th birthday. It was yesterday, and you shut down Abuja. We love you. Take care of yourself. And how are you, my love?
I'm feeling. I like my love. Forgiven. I'm very grateful. Still in my grateful girl era. This morning I posted a video. I just found that I didn't post video of our 4th year anniversary. So when I got to the office on Monday, they said we must do cake and dance. It was a very small cake because I slashed the budget. I say, is there no smaller cake? This is not the year for celebration. Like, we have so much to be grateful for. So I found the video. We're all just dancing. I said it was a very apt song to play. Like, if a slave thinks deep, you would thank God. And so I posted that video, and we're just thanking, dancing. And then, yes, we have a 4th year anniversary offer. So let me just put that out there. Our 4th year anniversary offer is to leave no one behind. We say this year we're not leaving anybody behind, and which is to provide flexible payment. And I didn't realize how soft this can be for some people. Someone was talking to me on Wednesday. He was like, Tokwe, I don't actually have a land though. I don't actually have not one plot of land to my name. For me, it's not a big deal right now, but I realize that some people are like that, and they still feel that sensitivity that at least I should have
at least
one, just one. So leave no one behind. 4th year anniversary promo. Just check my social media for details.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
I'm proud of you.
I'm excited and grateful to God. We'll take a break. When we return, some things are happening in Nigeria. They put it in the papers. We'll read it. I'll get back to you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're starting front page review with The Nation as usual. Major headline: 32 proposals for new states before House of Rep panel. The North Central wants 7, Northeast wants 4, Northwest wants 5, Southeast wants 5, and South 4 and Southwest 7. In other news, federal government advocates shifts in education system from 6-3-3-4 to 12-4-year model. And PDP disciplinary committee summons Iron Autumn. Body of adopted Anambra lawmaker found. NPA raises tariffs on port services by 15%. Obagbina DHL appeal against favorable ruling. Federal government evacuates 7,790 refugees from Chad. Uni Abuja UNN gets new VCs, vice chancellors, varsities leadership rejigged. Assets panel report: Obaseki left 682 billion naira debts in Edo, and the MDA panel review conflicting court judgments. So, which one are we starting with?
So let's start with the one that's shaking town now, the 12-4 new school policy. So the federal government are advocating, according to the education minister, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said the government is looking to shift from our 6-3-3-4, which I consider a balanced method, to a 12-4-year education model. And he says this will conform with global standards. So I think that's what all basically they are looking at. He said this will be considered at the extraordinary National Council on Education meeting. Is the highest policy-making body in education in Nigeria, and that they'll be holding that meeting. Already we operate a 9-3-4 system, which he knows is okay, but he says that some of the issues influencing the meeting is to include the 12-year basic education system in Nigeria's education framework and the approval of a national policy on bullying, among others. He says that it's important to note that the old system we have has its merits, but it also has some drawbacks. He says one of them is that it doesn't allow the students to work in order to further their education. So they're looking at a system of a 12-4-year system, which maybe would allow that. I don't know how it will be fractured. I read the story.
I think one of the most important things for us is to make education compulsory for everybody before we start talking about rejigging.
Exactly. So he said to ensure continuous, uninterrupted curriculum, promoting better standardization and fostering quality assurance in education. Okay. They're also looking at converting the federal technical, the federal science and technical colleges to federal technical colleges. So that for me is a welcome one, because, and I'm hoping that this change of the nomenclature around the federal technical sciences will be gendered into a particular policy of further development for the country. Are we going to be doing those tech and science courses so that Nigeria is known for that? Like the way Indians did.
I know. All right. Okay. The Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) has set up an adjudicative review committee to examine conflicting judgments delivered by some judges across the country. It said that the committee will try to identify where the courts, have gotten it wrong, and suggest that the position, and suggest what the position best reflects, within the points of the law. The NBA National President Afam Osigwe announced this at the opening ceremony of the National Executive Council meeting at the bar yesterday in Akure, where he also said that they will encourage academics and lawyers to write reviews on such cases so that it can be brought to light and then so something can be done about it. He also said that courts, in line with the provisions of the Police Act and the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, that they should visit detention centers across the states, NDLEA, DSS, they should just go around and ensure that people that have been detained for so long, that don't have any business being there, should be released, whether on bail, and that if you don't want to release them, you charge them to court. You can't just keep people for a length of time. It's just not fair, and the justice system does not support that. He also said that that the bar is getting this engagement to ensure that people who have no reason to be in detention are released, and that they are doing advocacy and engaging to ensure that they comply with the provisions of the law to avoid ugly situation being the dominant thing now within our judicial system.
Okay, so the federal government has begun the repatriation of 7,790 Nigerians from the Republic of Chad. The Nigerian citizens had, fled to the neighboring country, and they have lived there for almost a decade due to the Boko Haram insurgency that was happening in the area. So the special advisor on media to Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum announced the development in a statement yesterday in Maiduguri, which was the state capital. And he said that they had led the federal government's delegation to Chad in the company of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Yusuf Sonunu, and the Chief Executive Officer of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Aliyu Ahmed. And they said the delegation was received in Bagasola on Wednesday by the governor of Lak province of Chad, Salah Tijani. And according to the statement, it said Nigerian citizens who are mostly indigenes of Borno State had been taking shelter in Chad after their communities around Lake Chad Basin were overrun by insurgents. And before, launching the first phase of the repatriation, Zulum had attended a signing of a tripartite agreement with the government of Nigeria, Chad, and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees in Bagasola. So they said they had signed on behalf of Nigeria. Tijani signed on behalf of Chad. Jerome Melin also signed, the Second Republic representative also signed on behalf of his commission. And they said that the refugees currently living in Chad they are going to be repatriating those who only voluntarily wish to return. That's what they are doing. And so they had to express their gratitude to the government of Chad for hosting thousands of displaced Nigerians over the years. It says they were entirely grateful to the government and people of Chad for their hospitality and sheltering our people during the time of need. Now they are going to be helping people ease back into their communities now that everywhere seems to be okay without much of Boko Haram harassment. Congratulations to some of them.
So I was surprised Nima didn't take the story of what is happening in Edo State. But I had to take it as Edo by marriage. So there was a report that had been submitted because immediately the governor came into power. What he did was to set up a committee to look into the previous administration, and what he discovered is that he's announcing that he's inherited a debt of 682 billion 565,164,814 naira 55 kobo. They had to put the kobo there. So he said this is 900% higher than what the previous administration inherited from Oshomole. That Oshomole left a debt of just 84 billion, and he left a debt that was 900% higher. According to the governor, the current governor of Edo State, he said it was a reckless behavior of the previous administration to spend money without considering the impacts, that it was lack of financial discipline on the part of the former governor. He also mentioned that there was a $75 million that was meant for basic education, which was given by the World Bank, and that when that money was given, it was meant to go to Subeb, but only $3 million got to Subeb. What the governor did was to now create it under the governor's supervision, a special arrangement called performance for results. There are many things to unpack here, but the chief thing is, I think that questions need to be asked about why the debt went within 8-year period to 900%. It's a whole lot of debt for a state to consider, and it is like impoverishing the next generation. So let's let the former governor come and defend what he spent the monies doing, so that we will see it. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll continue with Front Page Review. Nima is heavily quiet. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go on for my jam results.
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah, but do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
Pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
The empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
This is. That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You see some sports.
That woman.
Damn!
Yeah,
Today we'll go yam.
Hey.
Let's catch up.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay tuned. TVC Entertainment for Pure Entertainment. Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Doubt and fear.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we'll continue front page review with the Sun, Daily Sun. Major headline. Reps receive proposal for creation of 31 new states. Federal government seeks reversal of mother tongue policy in primary schools. PDP disciplinary committee summons autumn IAM others. Tinubu overhauls federal varsity leadership. Sacks Uni Abuja UNN VCs. TUC threatens strike over hardship and others plan to join. NLC condemn mass sack of KEDC and calls for immediate recall of 900 workers. Another kidnapped Anambra lawmaker found dead. Labour Party films flay Soludo's failure to enforce sanity. Nasima wants federal government Nigerians over expanded budgets. Says country's economic growth threatened as per capita income dips to $835 from IMF. So what news are we going to start with?
So the federal government has urged the National Council of Education, that's the NCE, stakeholders to approve the reversal of the use of mother tongue as the medium of instruction from primary 1 to 6. The Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmed, made the appeal at the 2025 Extraordinary National Council on Education meeting in Abuja yesterday. He also called on the council to approve the review of the National Policy on Education to restrict the use of mother tongue to early childhood care development and education and primary 1. You know, the NCA had previously advocated for the use of mother tongue of the immediate environment as the medium of instruction in the first years of primary education. The policy, they said, aimed to preserve Nigerian languages and enhance foundational learning. However, the Federal Executive Council had approved its implementation in November. That was in 2022. But the minister had to highlight several challenges hindering the implementation of the policy. One, he said the inconsistency in policy execution, especially in urban areas and some parts of the country, impaired, you know, the implementation. He says we use English from the start, which is contradictory to the policy. They said we also have over 500 languages in Nigeria. Implementation becomes complex, making it difficult to select a dominant language in multilingual communities. They also have limited availability of instructional materials and textbooks, among other factors. That is why they are not able to implement it. So, you know, we've had this conversation sometime.
What would be the language?
Okay, if you come to a place like Delta State and we say in primary school, use the local languages to teach from primary 1 to primary 3. In Delta State alone, we have how many local languages? Who would agree that their own be dropped for another person? It's something that we need to sit and decide. Allow the linguist people come together and tell us the template of, okay, in this language, we think that this one will be better used for educational purpose. So that at least we do, because what we are doing now, I no go agree, we are losing out on all grounds. Our languages are going extinct. You no agree, my own go, your own go. Who benefits at the end
of the day? All of the extraordinary education meeting they've been doing, we've not had the policy to ensure that every Nigerian child is literate. Like compulsorily. That is the drive I feel any government that wants to end poverty needs to do, because once you are able to educate people that they can read and write, you elevate their lives.
That local languages.
Yes.
In fact, it's more important than being literate, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, we cannot argue that one right now. Let's continue with the
We'll talk about it later. Because you cannot raise children without identity.
The Trade Union Congress has kicked against recent policies by the federal government, saying they are worsening economic hardship for Nigerian citizens, the workers and the masses. The Congress called on the government to reverse the devaluation of the Naira, stating that it was the root of the recent inflation. TUC, in the document signed by its national president, Festus Osifo, and the Secretary General, Nuhu Toro, also condemned the plan to introduce toll gates on dilapidated federal roads, describing it as an insult to Nigerians. How do you want to toll people on roads that are bad? Potholes everywhere, no lights anywhere, street lights. So they are saying that for you to toll, they're not saying that government should not toll.
Fix the road before you toll it.
Fix the roads before you toll. Yeah. Then they're also criticizing the proposed 65% hike in the electricity tariffs, calling it ill-timed and an act of economic oppression against the already struggling Nigerians. They also are upset about the planned 50% increase in telephone tariffs, siding with the NLC in condemning the move. In another news, the NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has backed the protesting workers in Kaduna against the Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company because they fired 900 workers. That's a lot. The mass dismissal. Yes, it's a lot. They said that this is unacceptable, that the EKDC should come down from their high horse and engage with them and recall the 900 workers.
It's a business.
No, they said call them back and then do things properly and say the reason why. You can't just wake up one day and dismiss them and fire 900 people. But then they said that the TUC said that if things are not done properly, they are going to engage Nigerians, the workers, everybody on the strike. On the strike, yes.
Right. Okay, so I have the very sad story of the honourable member representing Onitsha North constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly, Honourable Justice Azuka, whose lifeless body was found along the second Naija bridge. So he was abducted in December 2024, on Boxing Day, December 2024, along the Ugwana Okpangwa Road in the inland town in Onitsha while returning from his Christmas break. And since then, 44 days after, they just found his lifeless, already decomposing body along the bridge. And the story takes inventory of how this has continuously happened to some politicians in the southeast.
Politicians are the ones we hear about, but this thing, insecurity challenge is huge. Moving on to Nigerian Tribune, major headline. Manufacturer Association of Nigeria, TUC, won over proposed hike in electricity tariff. They said the planned increase may lead to closure of more businesses. In other news, NPA reviews port tariff by 15%. Oshun, Adeleke engages 10,000 youths for Imole Youth Corps. Kogi Assembly bans foreign direct access to cashew nuts farmers. Kogi State bans foreigners' direct access to cashew nut farmers, which is a very good one. Then we have 13 patients from US came to Nigeria for kidney transplants. That's from our Vice President Shetima. And Constitution Review reps receive request for creation of 31 states. Please, what's this, the Kogi State's new policy?
So the Kogi State House of Assembly has called on the state government to put in place regulatory mechanisms to protect economic trees in the states and strengthen the cashew nut value chain through strict enforcement. Invariably, they're trying to say that the foreigners bypass the buying agents. The reason why they have the buying agents in place is to make sure that the states gets the revenue that they're supposed to get from that, because the states, Kogi State is now from Statistics Bureau is now the highest cashew producing state, and they're saying that so the foreigners bypass the buying agents and goes directly to the farmers, and they're not just buying directly from the farmers, they're not even trying to buy the farms away from the farmers, right? Trying to sabotage,
and they are paying in advance.
Yes, they're paying. Trying to sabotage revenues for the state. Also creating insecurity, because when these things are done, you know, lots of banditry and stuff. And they're also saying that they're taking away jobs from the local, the locals, and that's not acceptable. So they're trying to create policies now to stop that.
I think it is a very
so as a state, you are the governor, you only approve, only you can approve any document as regards land. Once it is not local, make it illegal for any foreigner to own land. So I have the 13 patients coming from the US. Our Vice President is really celebrating this reverse medical tourism. He was speaking at on Thursday during the courtesy visit by Nance to him. He said that that our country, he mentioned the name of this, was Zenith Medical and Kidney Center, did about 13 kidney transplants within the country from people coming from the US. Number one, he says they are coming because it is cheaper, but they are also coming because they got the best kind of care available anywhere in the world. And he praised the owner of the hospital, and then he talked about how he had sponsored about 60 female medical students abroad to study, and they are all practicing now, emphasizing the need to empower our own.
We've never argued about having good doctors. We've always argued about the emergency service and facilities.
This is the private facility.
So moving on to Vanguard, our last paper for today, major headline is uproar as IGP Police Service Commission clash over retirement of police officers. One story we haven't taken, Kano's release will bring peace. That's from Reps Panel. And the Manufacturers Association are cautioning against further hiking electricity tariff. There's also the story of port charges to go up by 15% as NPA pushes for efficiency. Who has what story?
So the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria are cautioning the federal government against further increase in electricity tariff, warning that such measure will be inimical to the competitiveness of Nigerian products and businesses in the local and international markets. The Director General of MAN, Segun Ajayi Kadiri, made the call in his statement yesterday, and also said that the privatization of the power sector since 2013 has not even yielded the desired results. And according to him, he says consumers will continue to bear the brunt of the inefficiency in the electricity value chain with persistent increase in tariffs. So by the time they increase, we have another increment in electricity, manufacturers would have to add that cost to their products. The consumers will complain that things are expensive.
Even land price will go up.
Everything will go up. So when one increases, it trickles down to different areas. And they are saying they should find a way to sort out this so that we don't keep having manufacturers close down their businesses because they can no longer compete. So when people go to the market, they want to buy the cheaper product because nobody's plucking money.
Let me quickly take me
so the MPA is speaking through the executive director in charge of marine operations, Olaleko Badmus, who was representing their managing director, Abubakar Danso. He says that the MPA has gotten approval, secured an approval for a 15% tariff increase since. And this is the first since 1993 when they did the last adjustment. He said this is well needed because, they have aging infrastructure, obsolete equipment, slow port expansion, and all of this has hindered efficiency and competitiveness within the ports. But Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, the local one in Apapa, are already kicking against it. Other businessmen are also kicking against it in the report. I am with the businessmen. I don't believe that any increment is what is delaying any improvement of infrastructure. Because you need a budget.
Efficiency is all about money.
Money through one ministry for that development. So stop making things. Everything is just increase.
Exactly.
Electricity tariff increase. What's happen? Kuku kilos.
That's what we can take on front page.
Kilos make everything finish.
No, it's that. That's Nima's Jara that she added to the story. But that's what we can take on front page review for today. Stay with us. We'll be right back for our topic.
Stay tuned. Your view will...
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Hey my people, I greet you plenty. My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, Pigeon.
I'm gonna bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
no go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey friend the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we go give them to you, fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person you make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we not say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
We not even take responsibility for the children.
Please the man.
And that's some poria.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam.
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one metal.
At this point, I contest my jam.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show. You for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one unavailable by Davido featuring Musiki.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah, but you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So former Big Brother Naija star Tochi has ignited a heated conversation after sharing his thoughts on how financial empowerment could affect women in marriages. Taking to his Instagram story, Tochi described that many women stay in their marriages primarily due to financial dependency. According to him, 95% of married women will leave their marriages in 2 weeks if given 100 million naira to establish themselves. So you can join this conversation. Do you agree with Tochi or not? By calling us on 0810-7641-679. Or you could tweet to us on x.com. Please use hashtag #YourViewOnTVC so we can connect with you. We're also streaming, so you can comment through YouTube as well. So what is when you saw this, what was your first opinion, Nima? 100 million is a whole lot of money.
Yeah. Even the world. Some people you give some people the world, they won't leave their partners, even if they're not perfect. So you don't generalize like that. He's assuming, but we know most that we see today will say, I don't know where to start from. That's why they're with their husband. But there are women who are funding men and they just want their families together, and they just want to remain with their families. That's where I'm coming from this morning. For me, a wholesome, both parents unit is more important than any money in the world. And so most women you see, I see them in my own exposure of life. I don't see Tochi's women. Yeah, so it's too far a generalization.
Yeah, I also agree with that because many women that I see are women who, like, for instance, the ones that are into maybe a sort of abusive relationship, they are constantly complaining, they want to leave their partner and all of that. I find that they are the ones even funding the home. So when I ask the question, but it's not like you're there because if you don't leave, you would suffer. And what you hear is, I'm there because I want to raise my kids under one roof where daddy and mommy are present, So leave the other, questions that I have to ask them to further that cause. But many women that I see are empowered women who, they're really not having a wonderful relationship, but they are not living because of money. So for that kind of woman who probably has her own money and you want to offer 100 million, she's not there because she doesn't have money. She has her own money. She has her lands. She has her houses. She has her cars. She has her businesses. She's thriving in, you know, the business space and her job, career, and all of that. But she's in that relationship for a different reason. So I don't see many people
the way Tochi is seeing them.
Yes.
So I think that the school people are in the same WhatsApp
it's the people I see around me. I'm just saying from the people I see around, and from the experiences of women that I've had as a love expert, I meet them, they have everything, but they just want that man. They just want to stay with that man. So maybe for people, because when we ask some people who are in, I've had a couple, not so many, who have been abused in their marriage. And when I kept asking, why are you still there? It says, because I don't know where to start from. So maybe he's seeing those other people who feel like if you give, you may be shocked that the one that said, I don't know where to start from, is just fear to move. You may give her that 100 million, she carry that 100 million and give it to the man, and she's not going anywhere, right? But what I see is, or what I think that he should have said would be that having women who are empowered gives them a sort of freedom to choose. Now you have a choice because it's not anything that's keeping you. You now choose, do I stay? Do I go? Do I leave? Do I abandon this marriage? Or do I find a way to focus on my children and just make it work? So that money gives you freedom. But exactly whether you go or run or stay, it's not about the money. It's just the freedom it gives.
Yes, so I'm lucky to be surrounded by strong, empowered women, you know, that are doing well for themselves. But as a lawyer, as a legal and business consultant, I know the economic hardship we're facing in Nigeria. And that's the reason why you find out that most relationships, even dating before marriage, are transactional. You also find out that women are also marrying for economic reasons, where this is our reality. We have strong, empowered women, but our reality as a nation too is that we have lots of women marrying for economic reasons, because they need a roof over their head, because they need someone to take care of them, because they need support, or because they feel that, okay, as an individual, my 1 naira might not take me so far, but if I can meet a man that can merge my 1 naira and his 3 naira, it can help us go further for me to achieve that goal I want to achieve, or live that dream life I want to live. And that's, to an extent, a reality that we are facing as a nation. I don't know about other parts of the world, but you know, in Nigeria, because when I speak to people legally and even people in business, you find out that most women that even in business or about to start a business are dependent on their husbands for their capital, for the seed capital to even start the business, or they're dependent on the man, right?
Or a man,
right? But no, because the focus here is talking about marriage, as in people that are together, right? Married. Yes, and then you find out that even the ones they've given the seed capital still need the support of the man to sustain. They'll still open business for you. The man in the next 3 years, 5 years, is still paying staff, is still paying rent. This is a reality that we are facing. And so what I believe he's trying to say, maybe it didn't come out right, or maybe the way the blogs or whatever now coined it. I understand where it's coming from, that when some women are giving money, it gives them a power of choice, an option to decide if they want to stay in a marriage, especially if it's an abusive marriage. Most women stay in abusive marriages not because of the children, but also because they feel that they are scared, that they don't know what tomorrow holds. Because if you speak to most women that are in a bad marriage, abusive marriage, it's always like, oh, to go and rent place, I don't have money. It's always coming from that place of fear. Well, how, if I take the children from him, how will I pay school fees? It's coming from the place of the fact that they are not, lack of empowerment, right? So if they have funds to do certain things for themselves, I want to believe that they will have more power of choice to decide if they want to stay or go.
When they will still not go. So I cannot disagree with Amaka on, you know,
yes. Statistically, yes. Statistically, there are more people in abusive relationships based on financial challenge. Many women are unable to live. While Bisi's story of the people she has coached, there are exceptions to each rule. It's not 100%, but in most cases, people have been in abusive relationships because they are unable, and this is not my head.
So you'll be correct.
Yes,
because no, look at the gap of our wealth to reach.
Yes. So because of that, in that scenario, if you give women in abusive relationship freedom, will they live? That's a different thing. They might not still live.
So look at our population.
The wealth population and wealth matter. We'll discuss it when we come back from the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be...
Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
You're
already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
The empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No, sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You see some sports.
That woman.
Damn!
Today we'll go
Hey!
Let's catch up.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. Entertainment.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, for when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name is Nachika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of your view pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
you no go see am again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey friend the husband, you not see sign say the guy small thing, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we go give am to you, fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person yo, make person no fit talk through inside.
But for this.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we've been discussing this heated conversation that started with this with Tochi about the fact that if you give 100 women 100 million naira, that's 95% of them will leave their marriages. And I felt that it might be based on the fact that those people are in abusive relationship. But Nima was going to share a story of something.
Story. I was going to agree with Amaka's calculation and yours as well. That based on the wealthy to poverty rates in the country, they are more on this side than on the other side. So you'd expect, obviously, if he says that, yeah, a lot of women would just take the decision. They will marry for money. They will marry. Some don't even. It's not lack of it. You know, for a stronger union financially, they would marry. So there are a lot of reasons why women would marry. But that women will see 100 million and leave the marriages they have already entered and founded. I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
The thing where marriage, it pass money.
It pass money, my sister.
So that's how I go and bear and do advice how. One person was coming every day. My husband is this. My husband is this. My husband is that. I said, okay, and see if it's not working. You know, you can leave. I did not say after 2 days. The level of the abuse she described for me, I did not think that I would still see her there. And also, she now asked me, if you reach that matter, you go bring blankets.
Thank you.
Advisor, you dey your husband's house, you dey telling me to leave.
Will you do me?
It wasn't money. You just face my front.
It was that other room.
She's not in the other. She's not in the wealthy bracket. Oh, the bracket where she is.
She's even the poor.
She did not. She said she's not gomot. She will die here.
Based on that other room.
Exactly.
Especially if the man is good. Never forget that. So for me, we say relationships or marriages now are transactional, and I wonder. They have always been transactional from time immemorial. It's either you are the one transacting on your own behalf, or your parents are transacting on your behalf. The man, no man marries without calculating the future they see with you. No man. Show me any man who said, I married but I did not about what you bring to the table. Is a lie. Men are very logical when they are picking. So they are even more transactional than women. Women is okay, do you have security? Can you take care of me? Can you take care of our child? Can you fend for me? Blah, blah, blah. That's what we really calculate at the beginning. But a man will look at you and say, how entrepreneurial are you? How can you hold the home? If I give you 50 kobo, can you expand it? They calculate all of those things. What's your character? What are your manners? You know, how do you relate to my people? They see far beyond before they finally decide to choose you. So everybody's transacting. You know, back in the day when you would marry for economic reasons, the kings would give out their children, betroth their children to other kings, governors. You see them. Yes, everybody is transacting. So everything we are seeing now is not new. It's just that now we're transacting more in cash. Yes, we're not transacting more in cash. So it seems like everybody is not transacting. We have been transactional from beginning to the end.
Let me take Iberi's call.
Oh, okay. Come back.
Welcome, Iberi, to the show. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome
to the show.
Thank you. Okay, about this topic, I would say I'm in a similar situation, but if my own abuse is not like physical abuse, you know, there's an abuse that like I'm under like a financial abuse where even if I need to buy anything, you know, if it's not him, I cannot get anything for myself.
Wow.
I've tried to empower myself. I've tried so many things, but he keeps withdrawing the money from me because he knows that if I'm able to get this, you know, I will fly higher. You understand?
But if
all this why I've been going through this is for over 6 years now. And I've been quiet about it. And the little time now I'm seeing my brother, because at first, let me say, nobody in my family was doing well. But my brothers have been to like step up. It's now I'm opening up to them what I'm going through. Yes. And right now, if 100 million is too much, even with 300,000 I will leave. Don't even talk about 100. I don't even need millions, you know, to live. But, you know, I'm just working things out for myself with my brother. And as soon as it's ready, I will leave this marriage. It's about like, because it somehow, again, you cannot live a home where you cannot start something for yourself. You cannot live a home where you cannot feed your children when you leave. So if my brothers can give me something to start up with, or show me, because of him, I did not even finish my school yet. So So if I'm able to, if they can get me something, I will do it. I don't even need any money. Just give me where the next month I will receive a salary. I'm fine with it and I will leave this marriage.
So it's more of the emotion.
I feel like other people I met that in similar state, it's the same thing. If I go, where will I start from? Will I and my children start? If you give them one naira, they will leave. We don't even need millions. We don't need, just show us, somebody should just employ us and we will leave.
Thank you so much, Iberi, for sharing your story and your context with us.
Yes, okay, well, let me just quickly conclude so that Maka can jump in. So we need to understand that the presence of a man in every relationship is very pivotal, no matter how we lie to ourselves, right? It doesn't mean you should die there when it's not working for you. But for those who have tested the sort of stability, I'm talking about normal relationships, healthy relationship. Now you see that it goes beyond the money. It goes beyond the finances. The security is there. Nobody can just come into your house and treat you anyhow because there's a presence of a man. And we are also in a patriarchal society where the man is seen as, respected in relation. You are respected in relation to the man that you have over your head. What I see, and especially with this last caller, is the will to live isn't there yet. I've seen women who left with just their wrapper when they were done. Like they didn't have anywhere to go. They didn't have they were not sure of the next meal to eat, but they had to leave and they left. So when I hear a woman say, I'm waiting for this, you are not waiting for anything. In your conscious mind, it seems like you are waiting. Your subconscious is not ready. When your subconscious mind is ready to take that leap, you will not wait for that thing, because the truth of the matter is we can never tell from the we can never be afraid of the unknown. You don't know, even if you get the job after you have left, that the job will leave. They will take the job away from you in a month. Even if you get the 5 million that somebody gives to you as you leave, that money can be misplaced. That money can be lost. So the will to live, when the will to live comes upon money or no money, children or no children, a relationship or no relationship, church members or no church members, you will live. So till we get to that point,
they will say
you will find excuses that is keeping you. That's my own personal opinion.
Let me take a Korede who's called into the show. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
We can hear you. You are live.
Hello.
We're having challenge getting to you. All right. So, Amaka.
Okay, so I want to first of all say I empathize with the caller, with the lady, right? It's not easy for people. We're all different. We're all wired differently. We all grew up from different environments. We're a product of our environment. And it might be easy for you to say, okay, if you want to live, you don't have the will. We are different. We're all wired differently. But I want us to talk about like what BC said, that we're in a patriarchal society where we look up to the man, right? The man is the head. The man is in charge. And then most times, even our leaders, there's something called abuse of power. So when a man is not raised right, most people can own companies, be employers, but they don't know how to lead. So for the fact that you're the head or you're a man doesn't make you a good leader. It's something that has to be taught. It's something that you need to learn. It's something you have to be intentional about, and that comes with abuse. When you don't have that, then there's abuse of power, and then there's the need to control. And the only way people control is by having kudi, ego, money, especially in a marriage system or in a man and woman system where the man is the provider or the man is doing better. Most men will tell their wives, like, I don't want you to work. Even some women used to work or had something to do before they married, and the man will say, you know what, I'm earning more than you. How much are you really bringing? I want you to stay at home, take care of the home. I want you to take care of the kids so that our kids will have that balance. And as a woman or and a nurturer, you want to listen to your husband and say, okay, let's find a balance. Most men that are not disciplined or that are irresponsible now use that money as a form of control over you. And over time, if you're not careful, you lose yourself. True. And women tend to internalize in terms of they pretend they don't want to tell family. Like, look at what she said. They don't want to tell family members that is going on. Like I said, it's okay. I'm covering my home. I'm covering my family. And then they're there dying and losing themselves. Okay.
Let me take Ade's call and come back to you. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Ade. Welcome to the show, Ade. You are live.
Okay, my name is Ade. I'm calling from Naija State.
Welcome to the show.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. You're live.
Okay, my contribution is very simple. Mindset of a woman really matters. So no matter how they are being empowered or how well they are empowered, they still see themselves as something. They believe without a man, they cannot be relevant to the society. So with that mind, if you come into marriage, there's a possibility that a man can maltreat you based on the way you have presented yourself. If you are strong enough as a woman, you are educated, and you have this entrepreneurial skills, as you people used to say, and your mindset alone is stronger than the will of the man himself, then you'll be able to make something out of your life. So either somebody backing out of marriage as a result of money or no money is a decision for the woman to make based on how she values herself. So a woman with a low self-esteem cannot coordinate herself in marriage, even outside marriage, irrespective of how much money such individual is given. So please, the concept of 100 million naira, 5 million naira, 300 million has to do with the woman herself. Some women are naturally weak. So no matter how you go about it, no matter what you do, no matter how you live with them, they are naturally weak. They cannot survive anyway. So that's our contribution.
Thank you so much.
Can I land my plane?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So invariably, we also know that we're in a society where even when you can see that in the marriage or in the relationship that the woman is smarter or more intelligent than the man. But we are always told to tone it down. Do you know many times in their life they say tone it down, tone it down. You don't have to show that, as in, so that the man doesn't feel, if the woman is constantly toning it down. Do you understand?
You get lost.
Then you get lost, and you find if you like from what PC said, you forget that for you to make a decision, you have to first find yourself. You first of all, some people need a therapy to find themselves before they can now have the will to live. And therapy now money now it's not free.
So well, let's take a quick break. When we return, we'll continue this conversation, trying to bring it home, because there are women that are caught in that web right now, and they need to find themselves to escape, and it might not be based on money like what BC said. We'll talk about that when we return from the break. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
We not say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we got Tanda Gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
We not even take responsibility for the children.
Please the man.
And that's some poria.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam. So
by 220 or 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musiki.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah, but do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
The empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're going straight to Nima. What's on your mind?
So this caller sparked something else in my head. Because when I see women who are struggling to leave their marriages, usually I have never seen them talk about the money to leave. I had to do a 26-year-old protective order, and the woman just wanted to be able to breathe. So if this one was given 100 million, the fear that she had was that she did not want a troublesome man standing outside the door and dividing her kids. And I saw her break down when the kids confronted her and said, "You are leaving our daddy, and we hate you for that." But she had put up for 26 years with the abuse.
Whoa.
For their sake.
Don't try.
She didn't want to train her children up and down. And so she put up. These people were not discussing money. You can see this woman. She's talking about empowerment. The person I did that protective order for had a business. She was the one funding the man.
Imagine.
And the man will make sure that he will poison the kids. So there are too many women. Yeah, and there are serious, what she said, serious women who are just tired of the way they've been disempowered over the years. Where everything you want to do, you have to do with this person. Everything you want to do. I had a problem with my marriage one time. I was fighting my husband silly. My auntie called me and said, "Nima, I'm not from you have family. What's your problem?" I said, "If I want to rent a house," she said, I saw a lot in my account. She had sent me my rent money. I did not leave.
Let me take this call, Pastor Ayo from Bijede.
Thank God you did not leave.
So that's the truth.
Amazing morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello?
Hello, you are live. Please listen to...
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. We're good.
Hello, how are you?
Sir, don't listen to the TV. Listen to me directly on the phone.
Can you hear me?
You are live. We can hear you.
Yeah, concerning the educational policy, that's what I want to contribute to. Then the issue of marriage or companionship we're talking about. You see, it is good for two when they are moving together and they are agreeing to together as husband and wife to agree. They must come to the table. Both the man and the woman must bring what they have, what they want to contribute to the relationship. They must bring it to the table. It's not good for a relationship to be one-sided.
Oh yeah.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
That is what is causing the problem of marriage breakdown these days. That is everywhere. You see, we men, we want to dominate. And the moment we do not see a commensurate support from a partner, it becomes a problem. So, and for this type of issue to be solved, it's better to have that due agreement from the beginning. And to the understanding of the two of them. That at the end of the day, both of them will be working towards achieving the goal together. That is my contribution concerning that. Then the other one concerning the NCE, the National Council of Education Policy. What they're supposed to do concerning this policy is that, number one, my own suggestion, I believe the government is supposed to understand that to solve mostly the issue of insecurity in this country, they're supposed to introduce language, the type of language that is our major three language into the curriculum of primary 1 up to primary 6. For example, for West, that means for Yoruba land, let them introduce Hausa and Igbo. to be part of the curriculum from the beginning. When we understand each other's languages, it will stop most of this insecurity that is around. In the northern side, let them introduce Yoruba and Igbo language to their curriculum from primary 1 to primary 6. Then from Igbo land, let them introduce Yoruba and Hausa into their curriculum from primary 1 to 6. This type of what they call it policy is established. All of us, at least, one for more than 6 years, would have known some things about Hausa. Speak to hearing them. But then when the bandits are corroborating, when they are planning their evil, the people that they see now, they will understand their language, they will know what to do. So it will prevent a lot of insecurity in Nigeria.
Thank you.
This policy is introduced. That means in Yoruba, and let them introduce Igbo and Hausa into their primary 1 to 6 curriculum. Then in that of North.
Seeing you bring in. Can we really put down this conversation? Because if you need me to raise your kids well and be available for your kids, something must give. I cannot be doing that. You see, we have put too much burden on women. So women are supposed to be raising children. But now they have said, what are you bringing on the table? So we are now also farming to bring on the table. We are doing career. Then yet when we come home and the whole home has to run, you drop your career at the door while the man says, I've had a hard day and goes and sleep. We are not raising women who know how to negotiate that auntie, uncle, we have to choose. Body they pain me. Can you do today own? We are not raising those kind of women. And so when that woman look at you, you're always sleeping, then the kids too are sleeping with you. Because the children will be looking for where it's easier. If daddy is on the phone, and mommy is in the kitchen, I bet where the picking go day? With the phone. Thank you. So we then think of living, but money, I think it's the jara on the living.
It's not the basic.
Okay.
Yes. I think there's something else. I love what the last caller said, in the sense that, you know, we go to school, we study so hard, we plan our lives, we do everything. But it's so funny how when it comes to relationship and marriages, we just move with emotions only.
We don't go to school for it.
Yeah, we don't go to school for it. How is that feasible? You don't even treat it as a business.
No, you mentioned it.
Yeah. You don't treat it as a business, as a where we come together. And people are not asking questions that they are meant to ask before the marriage. And if you're not asking questions before marriage, even in the marriage, you cannot even ask questions. Because you need to ascertain if both of you are headed to the same direction. Most marriages, both partners are in the marriage, they are going in different places, different directions. So it cannot work. Before marriage, you have to agree that are we going together? Every time you reappraise it and make sure that we are still on the same journey, same page, you are still moving. Money or no money. If not, how can it work? So whether money or no money, it no go work. You have to make sure that I'm with somebody, our goals align, we must bring value, we must teach each other how this will work.
Which one is you must bring value? I am value now.
No, like you must be able to see. You might be in a relationship where your value is not seen, because you're not allowed to deploy that value. That lady that called the Bere was saying she's not able to give that value. She's not able to increase herself. She's not able to express herself.
Somebody that they are not telling that you are enough.
Yes.
Every day in the house, somebody is not telling you are enough.
I have a phone call. Hazan has called in from Lekki. Good to have you. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Mr. Hazan, you are live. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Okay. I think.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Amaka.
Sir. Good morning, sir.
My kudos to you.
Good morning, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
My kudos to you, Amaka.
Thank you, sir.
You see, I like people that are real.
Okay.
I like people that are direct.
Thank you.
I like people that are straight to the point.
Right.
I don't like pretenders.
Okay.
You see, what people are going through in this country is that most marriages are transactional. And in a situation where a man don't see iota of love in a woman, there will be trouble.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not, there will be trouble in that marriage. Even if you are Dangote, if you don't see love, iota of love, because there are certain things do to you that will make you feel that yes, it loves you. It is not your money that you have. You see, people go into marriages for security. They don't go into marriages because it's ordained by God. No. They're going to it to make something out of it. Deep inside their mind, what am I going to get in this marriage? That is what a lot of women,
even men,
are into marriages.
Even men.
And we men, we like a woman who has brought us for what we are. Money by the time. Because there are certain bridges you cannot cross.
Wow. Money is part of
with
money.
Interesting.
Good morning.
Good morning. So as all of us just saw, Mr. Azan,
what we collect from, what will we find in the marriage? What women go into it, and it's only money. No, but some of us are going to marry to look for children.
Yes,
no, even men. Even men.
That's why they
you are with a woman. The woman have money.
Must give me child.
Thank you. So when we make it seem as if
it's one-sided,
it's one-sided. This is don't talk at that time. We transact.
Right from
all of us we are locking down family security, money security, children security, lineage security, companionship to your estate,
the other room security,
everything. We are transacting every way of the way. Peace of mind is also a transaction.
Yes,
you did not give me peace of mind. I moved to business quarters. Even if you face me and face you, if I'm in your quarters and you are not giving me peace of mind, I'll be looking at this wife and be thinking, if I was just there. You now hear that one be saying, shifts, let me sit down now, because the peace of mind that is here, I want to come and chop from it. It's not without my money. You carry your box and cross to the other side for that peace of mind. You think we are not transacting everything? Even oxygen we are transacting it.
Everybody's
if your smoke, your generator fume is this way, you are not listening, we will tell you. You will see your wife. You can't keep somebody in a cage.
Both parties.
Both parties. And it's I know men.
A lot of men are calling.
I know men who have 10 million. If they give them another 10 million, they will leave their wives. I move to a rich woman.
Immediately.
We are talking about 100 million women. I beg.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
I did not hear that one. Daniel has called you to the show. Welcome to the body. Hello, Daniel. Actually, some men right now are saying that before I marry you must let me see what you have in your
account. What you're earning.
Daniel, are you there?
How are you? Good morning, all.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. We obviously you are not hearing us.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Discussing most fundamental things in the nation is very, very crucial. But
sorry, you are listening to yourself. You are listening. You can't wait. There's always going to be a delay. I'm so sorry, Mr. Daniel. You have to call back.
When a man is checking your family out to be sure if they have a certain status, what is it? It's not transaction. Like I said, and I repeat it, men transact more than women. Women are just beginning to catch up, if you ask me. So, but I want us to also extend grace. I like what you mentioned initially. Not every woman is strong enough for that will to live, right? And that's where therapy comes in. That's where counseling comes in. That's where help comes in. So let's also extend grace to those people who are still there. They know that they need to leave this abusive relationship. It's not about the money now. It's not about the children now, because all those things are excuses. But they do not have the will to leave. We extend the grace. When you wake up is your morning. But we pray you wake up before the damage is being done so much that it becomes irreparable. Now, the excuse for, staying for your children, there's always something I like to puncture inside. You stay in an abusive relationship and you're raising these children, and these children are seeing this man beat you up every day. They are seeing this man starve you. They are seeing this man naked you around the compound. They are seeing all of this, and you say you are staying for the children. That's selfishness, because those kids are being damaged on a day to day. Your girls will grow up seeing that abuse is what they should receive in their own relationships. They move on to have husbands or boyfriends that will beat them up. When we're in the university, we had people who were in relationship that boyfriend we beat. In fact, I had a friend. Her own case was pathetic. They beat and faint. Yes. The boyfriend we beat her, she will faint. They will take her to the hospital. After 3 days, she recovers in the university. Oh my God. After 3 days, she recovers and she goes back to the boy's house. The boyfriend beat and so he relocated. He jackpot.
I'm telling you,
She now started, after a while, he traveled there, she was still waiting on the relationship. He went there, got another person pregnant, and left her, right? When she started dating a normal boy, she was complaining to me that this boy is not a man. He does not beat me. That's damage.
Yes.
So you stay in that relationship
for
the sake of my children, and you damage your children. A lot of women need to understand this, or even men. You damage your children. Your girls feel it's okay to be beaten. It's okay not to have a voice as a girl. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Your boys feel it's okay to beat. So what have you achieved at the end of the day? That you were Mrs. and your children were raised. They were not from a broken home. Excuse me. And so, broken home, is it my fault? It's not my fault. But if I am modeled to, I cannot. There's something my mother did. I have never told her this. And I appreciate God that she left when she did, right? Because I could look at her today and see a woman who loved herself enough to take a walk when it was bad, when she was brutally beaten. I was told the story of the beating at the time. And I look at her, if you see my mother, she is a woman of self-love, the kind of confidence that she has. Where did I get most of my confidence from? I understand, okay, if you do me anyhow, I go come out. Then they come out for our house. We know they take nonsense. That gives me that form of stability in a way that you as a man, you know that BC does not have time. If you beat her, she will go. And I've not been beaten. Right? Yeah. And because I saw the example of not staying to die in a marriage. We had one of my stepmothers that almost got blind. In staying for love till she finally left. So what are we modeling to our children?
She lived for 100 million.
For where? It wasn't about money. So the will to live, if you don't have it, yes, pray for the grace.
Get a community.
To make it seem as if 95% of women in Nigeria are just looking for money.
And I'm so happy.
It's not about money.
Let me just reiterate that. One of the things I found very uncomfortable about this tweet and the message and the follow-up comment was that there was a generalization that women were financially dependent and that money was the motivation for many women's activity. It is totally wrong. I do not believe it should be put into the air like that and people would accept it. No woman should accept it because women are not, whilst some women are financially motivated, the majority of women actually stick to marriages that might not be providing them any financial support because of the other values they are getting, and those women should be celebrated. And we shouldn't make it look like once a woman makes money, she will become very arrogant, she will disappear. Many women are financially strong and are humble in that marriage that they found themselves, even to men who do not have enough money. They are, and there are many of them. But let me take this call. I'll come to you, Amaka. Just hold that thought. Lawa, welcome to the show. Good morning. Hello, good morning, Lawal. Can you hear me? Are we good? Hello, Lawal. Hello. Please don't listen to the TV.
Yes. Thanks for your topic, Auntie Moraya and Co. Yes, I want to. There is one thing I observe about marriage. Even before I got married, when I met my wife, I told her that before a man or a woman will get married to either a lady or a guy, something must get you attracted to that person. There must be one thing that must get you attracted. And the other lady talk about transactions. I think transaction in this case is come from both sides. Transaction in this case comes from both sides, both the men and the women's side. And for a woman that is not working, but she gives herself to the home completely, I think the auntie on herself said something that it is good for them to be compensated if there is room for that, which really give him which really motivated her to do more when it comes to the home. But for most women that are staying because of financial reasons, I think there is another reason why they are staying in a marriage, not just only financial purposes. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. No,
I want to say
she
something.
was
I think that the cross of the matter.
I'm going to hold you again, please.
Have a caller.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
When we return, I'll come to you, Amaka, before going to take some comments on social media. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That's because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to what's his name?
That woman.
Today we'll go
Hey.
Let's catch up now.
And so we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. Your entertainment. Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name na Chika Okeke. My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I day on top of you, pigeon.
I'm gonna bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
no go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs. They always.
If they look for person, we will give them to you. Fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault.
My director is singing it to my ear. Welcome back to the show. As we continue the conversation from Amaka has been waiting to say something.
To unleash.
Let's drop it.
Not necessarily unleash the dragon, but it's just about like also solution driven around this matter. Because irrespective of the fact that maybe the guy was said 100 million or whatever, I understand the the fundamental message is trying to pass in terms of having the choice, women having the choice, or being given a choice, a power of choice to decide if they want to stay or not stay. And we need to understand that, okay, how many empowerment programs for men have you seen?
They're not educated enough to manage.
No, but women empowerment program, they're everywhere, every week they do women empowerment for women everywhere. How many men? You know why? Because fundamentally, there's an assumption that men know how to manage money. Men understand business because they are providers. Because women from history, we are not supposed to know. That's not our duty. That's not our job, right?
So we're trying to catch up.
We're trying to catch up. So because men are already wired that way, they have that what they call it now. They have the ability to have that choice, power of choice. Even a poor man believes that he has that power of choice in his marriage.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to a woman. So I think society. So I think that where the person that made that comment is coming from is that women should be taught how to handle money, should be taught about money creation and wealth creation, and to have that choice to know whether they want to stay or not stay.
What do they mean by women should be taught how to handle money?
But that's the truth.
What's the meaning of that? Our foremothers that were running businesses, traveling from buying dry fish.
My great grandmother was
traveling from place to place.
How do you handle money? It's not to spend it.
But look at it.
They should leave us, I beg.
Please, don't listen to these ladies. They are talking.
I just want to spend this money.
The new one that is talking,
just want
you
to
know how
shop
many
it. How
conglomerates.
many businesses is running? I want to shop it.
I want to shop it.
Let me take a call. Calm down. I know it's Friday, but Oluwatosi, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live. We'd like to hear your opinion
on the show.
Hey, first time caller, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I've listened to your programs and especially the topic that you are trying to discuss. I noticed that we have been generalizing, as Tope said, that it's not normal to generalize like that. But I want us to understand that some of these issues, the psychology of marriage is very complex, and we must understand that human beings are not objects. We are subjects. So what applies to a situation may not apply to another situation. And many of us, we tend to use our own perception to judge every case. Yes, all that we have mentioned on this program, they are very correct. But I just want to make us to understand that the issue of marriage is very complex and it's dynamic. Yes, people may say that it's transactional, but if you look at the origin of marriage, it is never transactional. It's just that the society is evolving into a different situation, which is a departure from the past. So I just want to encourage us to always balance our arguments and let people understand that they should look at situation in the way differently. I mean, the way they perceive it, because it's dynamic, and people must understand that what applies to someone may not apply to the other to another person. So that's it. I just want to encourage you to help us to balance it, so that people will not just take it and then apply it to their situation when it's going to cause another crisis. Thank you. That's my.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwatosin. We actually balance.
Yeah,
at every point in time.
To the transactional that we
no. Let me just establish that we balance, because everybody watching this show take what they want to take.
Exactly.
Because we say different things, and what Nima's position, Amaka's position, BC's position, different opinion, so that you hear different perspective and you choose. So if a person listens to this show and decides to do what might destroy the person's life, it is the person's choice, not based on what we say, because we always reflect different opinions to give people options on what to do.
Exactly. So I like that he said, these opinions we share here is our marriage is greatly totally subjective. Yeah. We are only saying that you go into a marriage for something. You can go for money, which is what we mostly realize in the beginning, that you're going for money, you are looking for a handsome man so that you can go ahead. But we're also going for a lot of other things. Women going for different things.
Some men go just to leave their family.
Men also go to women for something. Even this their language. I want the woman that will give me peace of mind. The one that will do like all day.
It's something.
Be there. It's something. So we're all transacting whether we like it or not, because we are going in, we're choosing our partners. Nobody was blinded and tied to any partner. That wasn't how it worked. And that's not the basis of any marriage. It's usually, what will she bring to the table? How will she compliment me? How will she enhance me?
Even God wants godly children.
Even godly. All of us, did you not find our husband somewhere? Godly men. There's always one thing that you're looking at the person has that you think would be better or make you a better person. You're not forced to. You not fall and mistakenly marry someone. I know a marriage where this man waited 9 years, kept begging his wife, and the wife said, I don't want to lose my waist. I did not marry you so that I can have children. I wanted to remain like that. The man was like, but I married you so I can have children. And they had their differences. The man had to marry another wife. Now Muslim are innocent. He had to marry another wife, and he married that woman solely for children.
Because he loves the first.
He has the money. The first wife has money like him, and she doesn't want to lose waist. So he married another woman for children.
As in, I don't know where you get all these your stories.
No, these are my family members I'm talking about.
For life. That first one is still doing baby girl.
She's still doing baby girl. The first belly she mistakenly have. She kept that belly. That belly the baby don't grow finish now. She no gree born another one. So the man had to marry another woman for children. So did he blind? Did they tie him as ram? So
I think what is happening is a lot of people don't like to hear the word transactional for men.
We are all transacting.
We are all transacting. Trade by barter. We are transacting. The person who is saying that
I want to find woman.
Is in the olden days, it was not like that. They transacted more.
It was even for land and the expansion of estates,
politics, economics, status. A lot of things. They transacted more in the olden days. It's now safe that we have used love to water
the one that they transact for love, they kill the whole community.
Yes, now.
Was that Ellen and Detroit story
for love and all of that? So please, the advice is, like you rightly said, we have our different perspectives. Choose the one that resonates with you. Nobody is tying you that you must do BC style, or you must do Amaka style, or you must do Nima style. And if you choose the one that resonates with you, please stand by it. Take responsibility. Don't come and call it BC that advice. I did not advise you. If you come for advice, you will pay me and collect advice. The one where I talk here in a general opinion, and most of the time here I share my personal experiences because I'll talk from my own lens as well. So if you choose that one, don't call BC in your house.
Okay, and the comment section is like, it's full. The thing is like this, it's full. So they said, Billy Kiss Mafe said, some women were married because they have potential. They add intangible value, only to be subdued after the man realizes she could fly and surpass him. His ego got in the way.
Afsa says, we are all transacting a beg. Something must give for something. That's why we choose and choose and choose.
Bilkis says some women were married because they have potential. They add intangible value, only to be subdued. Okay, that's the one you just read. Okay, so Yetunde says marriage functions, financial security, gratification of other room, companionship, procreation, all of these are transactions, different ones. Bello says, my opinion is that if you want your wife to stay at home, please pay her the salary so that she can be financially independent. Marriage can be business relationship as well, not in bad though.
Afsa says you can't be in a marriage without expecting anything. That's why we choose partners that we think will give us what we want. If not, we just enter road, grab the next available woman you meet.
I also think that you cannot. There's something I can't remember the quotes word for word, but somebody said that you cannot say that your wife respects you if the respect is compelled or enforced. Like if the only way you assure somebody respects you is when the person has options and chose to still respect you. If the only way you assure I am loyal and I love you is that I have options to go and I'm staying with you. So if the person has no other option and they are with you, trust me, that is not a strong basis. So this should be a conversation starter in many homes. Like, let men be open to hear the truth from their wives. If you had money, will you leave me? What am I doing that will make you leave me? Let me see what I can do better. Women too should listen to the man and say, if you had money, will you leave me? What am I doing that will make you stay? Let conversations come so that from this point we are building happier homes, not relationships that are compelled and is enforced. Like I am forced to obey you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't have a choice.
Because I know one or two people that you know, maybe they say they gisted me something, they are not happy about something their spouse did or whatever. And I'll say, okay, call him out on it now. Talk about. They say, no, the school fees is coming, or I have a trip coming, or certain. This is not the right time. It's not now. When we've done that, because if I say it now, you not carry the quarrel, you will not bring out that money. So yes, so you find out that the woman at the end of the day is not really being open, and the man himself is not getting the best of the woman, because feedback is important in any form of relationship. So you're not getting the right feedback about what's going on, because this other person is something themselves or pretending, and that's what brings me to that thing. I always say that,
not necessarily
compromising and pretending, because I always say that thing, that's why when people say my husband is my best friend, I say, no, not the two with ourselves, because there's so much compromise and lies, because in between. So he cannot be your best friend.
He's not my best friend. He's my friend.
I have to go and look for a best friend then.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
No, you have a peculiar relationship.
No. I have to go, because I also think it's important.
I have relationship for everything.
My own is my best friend. We take a break.
Best friend, we're looking for you.
There's room for husband to be your best friend, and you having best friend. There's room for both of them. So we'll take a break. We agree to disagree.
You must have escape.
You must have escape.
When we return, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Take man around you, Madu.
Telling you.
No, you must have escape, because there's some things you want to say.
Amaka.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name is Nachika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top your view pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
no go see him again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody. When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person, we go give them to you. Fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get force. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, no make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we know say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
But we no even take responsibility for the children. Please the man.
And that's some poria.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah, but you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So
pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
The empowerment
Sex can make a relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're still sticking to the topic. We're getting your phone calls. We're taking more social media comments.
This one,
and
Oladiz is asking us, if your husband is not your best friend, he should at least be your best male friend and only lover. Are you trying to demote him?
I don't understand.
He's my husband. You want to make him my best friend?
I don't on top already.
My friend and best friends. Then they learn where husband day. But you need your relationships. Now they call them ship. You need all the ships. In case one ship, no one goes sink. You understand? You need it. To keep one ship, you can borrow fuel from one ship. You can borrow water. You can borrow something.
Back to the topic we were discussing. Because when BC was saying that there are some women who are in, it's not really about money. People stay in abusive relationship until they are ready. I just felt like this is, because we are enlightened, we're into self-development, we are privileged. So it's not easy. We might not be able to empathize with people that do not have any other, they don't even know better, but the ships can help them. When you have those relationships, you have those community that they would enlighten you, and you start realizing that I really don't need money. I just feel like I need money. What I need most importantly is a decision. Because there's something I'm going to share online maybe the next 1 or 2 weeks. I was talking to someone, one of those relationships that we have in mentorship relationship, and I was telling him what I wanted to achieve, and I was like, I wanted to achieve this thing when I was 35. I said I will do this thing. 39, they look like say it will still happen. Now I don't almost 40, the money never reach. He said, but this thing you want to do is a good thing. You don't need to have the money. Go online and mention what you want to do and ask people to join you to achieve it. And guess what? As much as I'm an advisor, I didn't think of it. But because of those ships that we have, we got support. So when I told another ship, my friend, that this is what I want to do based on what my mentor said, he said, set up foundation. It's better done in the foundation. So you see how an idea is getting more support by talking to all the different relationships that you have. So if you are you're not meant to do life alone, you're meant to have those ships to support you at different stages.
So call Mike as being funny. So we're not looking for the adultery ship. Yes.
We don't want adultery ship.
So since you say you are looking for options, no, that's not what we're talking about.
Don't mind him.
You need your family, your community, your friends, your support system. You need them.
Yes.
As much as you love your husband, you want your children for him. Some husbands are not available to run the children. That's why you need the ships of that one that will help you run them. You need the ships of your business support group. You need the ships of your family.
Even the prayer ship.
You need the prayer ship. It's not the bad ships. So because now they don't need ships now. They're not looking for adultery.
Not fornication ships.
Let me add something small. When a man wants, or a man or a woman wants to abuse you as a partner, they isolate you from the ships.
Exactly.
So if you have those healthy ships, he will think twice before hitting you. Because your ships will fight the battle.
You go there, look the people where you listen to.
Thank you.
Let's talk about it.
So they isolate you from those ships.
Look at a woman.
You are alone with him. That is all you know. Your parents, if there's nothing, they will isolate you from your family.
Then they go first.
Because on this trip that I went for, I met a lady. She's a professional, doing so well, and she said that she just left her marriage because for the longest time that her parents also stay in the same town that she stays, but the husband doesn't even allow her have ships with even her parents. Imagine. It's even a problem and everything. So when people isolate you, like what you're saying, then they abuse you. But there's something Emmanuel says here. He said that marriage is essentially a constant battle. One party often ends up benefiting more, while the other scrambles to level the playing field. It's a transactional deal where both parties strive to edge out.
Okay, so I wanted to just share a story. Young marriage. When you come into a young community, it's unwise to say, I don't want to have any relationship because you have neighbors. Especially if that's the community your husband lived before he married you. Probably his neighbors know him. I've seen 2 times now where a girl will marry into a community and the husband will say, I don't want you to talk to any neighbor. All these neighbors are wicked. Only to find out it's a cover-up. And then you'll be in pain. You're screaming right down the neck, and the neighbor is saying, she know the cuckoo greets me. They like to keep to themselves, and you're dying there. The Prophet Sallallahu said, a very important relationship you must maintain is that of the neighbor. That's my faith. When you come in to know your neighbor, know them, and you use discernment to know them now. But don't make them estranged so that you'll be in need. You will not come. There was 2 a.m. Husband carry her and run away. Go and drop her at a park and took her kids. No neighbor could interfere. And she was screaming, calling. Everybody could sleep. Because she doesn't talk to them. And no
relationship.
And he wired it so well so that he isolated her so well. She couldn't get any help.
Dame Ebika says you can gossip your husband with this bestie. Men too gossip, so don't be surprised your husband to gossip your matter with his bestie.
Yes, so
Truth is like actually saying want a polygamous ship. It's you that know.
Now you
we don't want polygamous ship.
No, they collect your polygamous ship. Whatever ship you want.
I love where we are bringing the conversation to. We started from a very generalized point of view, which we agree. We don't condone it. We cannot on this table allow such generalization that is condescending on women to fly. That generalization is very condescending. Where you just say if they make money they will leave marriages. No. So, but we also realize that it's extremely important that people, male and female, have a community support, mentorship, friendship, spiritual community. You have your work community. Don't be isolated, because once you are isolated, it's easy to take you down. You can break a single stick, but when there's a bunch, you find it difficult. You can't break a broom, but you can break one broomstick. So you are stronger when you have a community, whether you are a man or a woman. Yesterday we discussed men abuse in relationship. Today we similarly are talking about some women being abused in relationship, but generally every relationship cannot stand alone. You need people. You also don't want to kill the love of your life with too much love.
He's a king.
Don't kill the love of your life with too much love. Balance it out. Love the one saying. That's what we can take on today's show. Definitely, you know that your view, PG ladies, will take it up tomorrow, but we will see you next week. Bye for now.
Bye for now.